Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, I got 5 decent sized nodules here today I'm going to cut. These are Moroccan banded agates. So let's start with this one. So it's a big old nodule with a big open face with a nice banded pattern showing. Mostly white in color, maybe a little bit of a peach color to it. Can't tell if that's just from sitting in the sun or not. I guess we'll find out when we cut it. So, unfortunately, this window breaks down this way. And I'm not sure if that's a fracture going through the stone. It doesn't look like it. Here, anyways. Although it dips down. So I can't really tell. Could be a fracture. Got an open window here as well. So I'm not real sure how best to cut this. I like to cut it right at that fracture line, parallel to this open face if I can. So that's what I'll attempt to do. I'm obviously going to have to go through this little bit of that open window. So we'll lose a little bit of pattern here. But I think that's what I'll attempt to do on that one. Alright, let's see what we got here. So this one's got a face going almost all the way around it, minus that little piece. So, not sure how best to cut this one. Possibly, if I go through this part of the window, diagonally through here, I can get a pretty good bit of that face. So maybe that's what I'll attempt to do on that one. Alright, so this one's got a face here and here. It's got a little bit of a break here with a window. But I'm going to have to cut it parallel to that face. Go through that spot. But might get a good cut out of that. Alright, this little one here, it's kind of flat. Looks like he might have some quartz and some maybe tubes in it. Can't tell for sure, but we'll cut parallel to that and see how it comes out. And then last but not least, we got another big old chunk with a little window here, showing some banding, and then unfortunately a big window on the side here. So I need to cut above these windows, going around it, and below that window. So parallel to that, somewhere in here. Alright, so let's get these 5 stones out on the saw, we'll get them cut, and we'll see how well this one turns out. I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back from the saw. Let's see if we ended up with anything good. Not sure how this one was lined up. I guess we'll find out. Alright, well, a lot of quartz. Some weird tubes in it, some banding around the outside, and a lot of fractures. It's got some kind of a, I don't know if that's red in the quartz, but yeah, it's got a lot of chips coming off of the fractures as well. Wow, well, that's a shame. It does have some kind of a floater in the quartz. Don't know if I can do anything with that one. Bummer. Alright, up next. So, cut this one and this piece popped off. Really wasn't big enough to keep, so let's just see what it looks like. Well, it wasn't really a banded agate. It had a little bit of banding, but Had a lot of stuff going on in it, but you can see a fracture here, and then that big one that goes right through the middle. Really pretty red on the edge. Some moss in there that looks really cool. And that floater thing in the middle. This is what it would have looked like if it didn't come apart at that fracture. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I can't do much with this. This is gonna break if I try doing anything. Unfortunately, it looks like the fracture goes this way, which means I'm left with this little piece if I want to do anything, or a little piece up here. That's got a fracture in it too. That's a shame. All right. So this, I was going to try to cut it in between that and that. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but ended up cutting right through the end of it. I was off by, man, over a 1/4 centimeter or 1/4 inch. That was a big whoops. Let's see how it came out. All right, well, it's got a lot of shadow banding in it. It's got a cool pattern. It does have a fracture right here, a little one up here. I don't know, I might be able to get a slab off of it and make a really funky looking cab with that part right in here. Let's do it around that fracture. But yeah, a lot of crazy shadow banding in this one. And then this side, same kind of thing with the shadow banding. It's really fine banding. All right, well, I'll be able to slab that up and do some cabs out of it at least. All right, next up we had this one. It's hoping to get a good face. Let's see how we did. All right, let's see. Well, we got a full face. It's got some eyes in it. It's got a lot of little tiny fractures that look healed. But yeah, it's kind of a shame. It does got a little bit of the shadow banding going on in it as well. Definitely healed, but still kind of takes away from the pattern a little. Make a nice specimen, I guess. And then this half here, I was hoping to get that eye in it, but apparently it's just on that side. I could always do a domed polish on that side. Get kind of thin over here. But yeah, you can see those healed fractures go all the way into the stone. Shadow banding though. Bummer. All right, well, I'll see what we do with this. Probably a face polish at some point. All right, and the last one up, we had this big, pretty banded face. It kind of went at an angle here. And then kind of wanted to cut it just behind that face. Let's see how we did. Well, again, a lot of little healed fractures in this one, and these are kind of cool looking though. They're completely healed. They just kind of play with the color a little. I mean, that would look really nice polished. Either side, really. Great pattern though, of the colors. And then this side here, of course that's kind of broken off, but could definitely do a face polish, make a specimen out of that. Get your big old bird's head in there. Wow, very cool. All right, that was the last stone in this set of rocks in this video. Thank everybody for watching. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and a comment telling me why. If you haven't already subscribed and you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting subscribe. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.